this next fight was, dare I say, the people's main event. This was I said, we both said leading into this that this was the fight we were looking forward to. This was a number one contenders match, in my opinion.
Yeah, man, I thought this was the most impactful fight on the whole card. This next fight is essentially a number one contenders fight. Now, obviously, if you're number 2 in the division and 1 in the champion are fighting, you essentially know you have the next shot if you can win your fight leading up to it. Like, you're undeniable at that point. You have to get the shot. That's Askar Askarov here, right?
Yep.
Number 2, minus 490 favorite in this fight, which Vegas was drunk and coked out.
Bro,
they do not know what they're talking about in this fight. This made me upset. These were the odds when I saw these, and I think DC even said it was like, that makes no sense.
Yeah, so this is one of those things, man. I need to stop fucking doing this to myself, because when I first saw these odds, Kai Kara-France number 6 coming in at plus 360. When I first saw Kai Kara-France at plus 360 against anybody, I was like,
or you could throw 50 to win 180, just straight up.
Coming off an injury, hasn't fought in a calendar year.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things as like a better I like there, but I'm not gonna lie, it scared me off of it. I was like, clearly there's something I don't know. Clearly I'm not this fucking smart, right?
Well,
I was like,
also,
minus 490. I was like, goddamn, maybe I'm tripping. Like maybe Vegas. I think it shows what Vegas thinks about Cody Garbrandt personally, but that's like
I think Vegas is also biased by the past performances of city kickboxing fighters that have been getting taken. Dan Hooker, Brad Riddell getting taken down and beaten. I think that they think right. I think they think that matchup is a problem for them stylistically. They didn't counter in the fact that Kara-France's speed is so much greater than those guys that I just named.
And at flyweight, you can't just like it's hard to hold a flyweight down because you don't have all that
weight,
sitting on top of them.
Perfect intro, bro. Dive in, because Askarov gets to Kara-France's back at some point, and he stands up with him on his back, just stands straight up, because any dude can like get up off the ground with 125 pounds on their back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like most humans can. Most women that are 125 could do that, I think. You know what I mean? Not even gender specific there. I think that's just like human joints and bones and ligaments can do that with good muscle structure.
Exactly. There's like a point on the graph, right, where it's like disproportional. And when you get down to like those lower weight classes, I think because like, yeah, a 265 guy isn't going to stand up with another 265 guy, even though they
no way.
The same.
No way.
It's just too much weight. So yeah, I think we're great point. So, but Askarov, round 1, Askarov had Kai Kara-France's back like the entire round, and he was
literally 3 minutes and 30 seconds in, or 3 minutes 30 seconds long in the round.
Switching back and forth trying to find the choke, and this is why. When people talk about a lot of rear naked chokes or guys finding a way out, Kai Kara-France was the opposite of that. Because all he did was just, it was not rocket science. He just kept pulling the hand off his neck. Now, I also think that's easier to do once again with a 125-pound guy. Not as much torque, not as much force, not as much upper body strength, not as much of a squeeze. But, Kai Kara-France was
skinnier neck, skinnier arms.
He was just literally just removing the hand from his neck. Just
literally was catching the hand and peeling hands down.
For 3 minutes straight. And
you got to think arm length here too, right? Because like if you think about like a 5'6" guy's forearm, it's not a 6'4" forearm where the hand is like literally back behind their head. Like his hand would be here, so like you can reach there and peel fingers.
Yeah. So clearly round 1, 10-9 Askarov, but there was something about Kai Kara-France. This is gonna sound corny, but like his fighting spirit, where like if he wanted to mail it in, if he wanted to find a way out of there, if he didn't really think he could win, that fight wouldn't have got out of the first round.
Bro, and Askarov was frustrated at the end of round 1. You could tell when he like pushed him in his back. He was frustrated.
So that it was like foreshadowing. I was like, man, Kai Kara-France, like he's not giving up. He hasn't quit on himself. He hasn't, he's not scared. You know what I mean? Like he was there. He was in it.
Well, and round 2 unfolded that entire story that we're alluding to. Like it was literally like everything that you could see from the end body language of round 1 was the playing out physically of round 2, I thought.
But in starter of round 2, it kind of picked up where round 1 left off because Askar got the back again, standing. Every time we say the back here, we're talking standing. It was a weird fight that way. But
Kara-France immediately shucked him back out and got back to standing.
That was the difference. Kai Kara-France, he learned from the first round. He's like,
right.
We're not doing this.
He was adaptively fighting, which like anyone that can adapt their game plan mid-fight or mid-anything sport you're going to be the one that wins.
Successful, right? That's how the Patriots were able to win with like the less athletic players and shit. Like if you can
Yeah.
adjust on the fly.
Adjusting. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure,
Adjustments. I
man.
mean, whoever
It
makes
was,
the proper adjustments is who wins most athletic events.
I mean, that was case and point, right? Because yeah, and then once Kai France got him off his back and made him stand with him, I mean, it
Oh,
was bombs away. It was classic
yeah.
Kai France. Like it was
And,
Kai
and
France.
then he got him hurt, and he started stuffing shots, and he got Askarov. Like you could see visually in Askarov's face, he didn't know what he wanted to do because everything wasn't good for him. Like he didn't have an option how to succeed that he visibly could find.
And Kai France was letting them things bang, boy. He was just throwing them. Woo, it was that. I love watching him fight, man. Because like I said, most flyweights, it's technique, it's quickness. But dude, he fights like a fucking heavyweight. He just fucking
Just
drops
bombs away.
Yeah, man. But with obviously he has good technique, but just he's aggressive. He's like a little pit bull. And then yeah, so round two, Kai France. He had Askarov hurt, man. I guess Askarov
Hurt bad.
Like multiple times. Like what? Like
Yeah.
over 5 times. Like
Probably. Like Askarov's tough for surviving.
I
Like,
still had it 10-9 though because of
me too.
Askarov able to get in the back at the start.
Yep,
But if it wasn't
absolutely.
for that, man, if that was the whole fight on the feet, that was probably a 10-8. If Askarov didn't have that success early, that was.
Did you notice the end of round two? Askarov like walking back to his corner, like dazed, and Kai France just smiling and following him back to like center octagon before the ref grabbed him and pulled him back. He was just giving him back exactly what he got after round one.
But he has that, like whatever that little
that dog, that little
like. Yeah, man. Like you can't coach that. Not everybody has it. And you don't have to have it. Like the Wonder Boy Thompsons of the world, you can have it. But he has that, and I think it goes a long way. So we have it tied up going into the third. Now I thought the third round was the closest round of the fight. Round one had a clear winner. Round two had a clear winner. Round three was very, very close.
I thought so too, but I thought that it was close, but I still didn't have trouble seeing who won. If that makes sense.
So confident in who
I would have been upset if you scored it for the guy that didn't have it scored for him, if that makes sense.
And it looked much like the rest of this fight. Askarov got the back again, and it was like a blend of the first 2 rounds because he held it longer than he did in round 2, but not as long as he did in round 3. So
I really couldn't do anything with it in a threatening position in round 3. Like the threat was kind of eliminated. It was just a control sort of a thing.
And it was like where he felt safe, right? Because he was eating those bombs. But then at the whole second half of the round, like from the halfway point on, essentially, it was just back to Kai France just dropping bombs on him, right? I mean, it really did look pretty similar to round 2, just that he was able to have his back a little bit longer. But I think we both saw it the same way. All 3 judges saw it the same way. 29-28, Kai France cashes as a plus 360. And like I said, I got to quit doubting myself because I love that underdog bet, but then I just didn't have the confidence to pull the trigger.
Man.
I was like, maybe I'm tripping. I was like, maybe they
know we watch more fights than most people on earth. You know what I mean? Gotta trust your gut when you feel it.
And at least a small one, right? Put 1 unit on it just to throw something against the wall, see if it sticks, right? Because I mean, I felt like I said, I'm not gonna say oh, I knew it, but I liked Kai France at plus 360 a lot. But like I said, not because of Askar Askarov or because the time off for Askarov and just the confidence and swagger of Kai France, the belief,
Yeah, agreed. Now, let me ask you this. Do you think that Kai France deserves the next title shot?
I'll raise you, bro. Talking about Vegas, I'll raise you. I'll see you and raise you, bro, because it doesn't matter what I think. On Instagram, this is interesting. I don't know if I've ever seen this before. Both Figueiredo and Moreno called out Kai France. I don't know if you saw this. And, Figueiredo was saying, hey, bro, you get the golden ticket. You jump the line. I'm tired of fighting Moreno. Let's get it. Let's run it. And then Moreno made his post in Spanish, so I only understood 65% of it. But he mentioned an interim title. So I don't know if Davis is dealing with an injury that I'm not aware of. It doesn't seem like it if he's calling out people. I don't know if Moreno's just trying to play lawyer ball here. I said the post was in Spanish. So I understood about 65% of it. But Moreno said that he wanted to fight Kai France in an interim title shot. I love both of those because I even before this happened, I didn't want to see number 4, at least not it's not that I don't want to see a number 4. It's that I don't want to see number 4 next. I don't want to see 3 in a row, 4 in a row. You know, like, I mean, I'm cool if they do it down the line, but
I, so I thought that was already signed, though. I thought that was booked a week ago.
no, me too. No, and the UFC's giving no credence to it. I think it was just Figueiredo on Twitter drunk, but on some Conor McGregor type shit. But
That's so weird to me, though, because, like, okay, yeah, here you go. So Davison said, "Congratulations, you dirty Kiwi. You just punched your ticket with the God of War. Assassin, baby, you just took the back seat."
a lot of people were also saying that was 100% Henry Cejudo typing that on his Ali Abdi shit. Like, a lot of people, because Figueiredo's been training with Cejudo, so a lot of people were saying that, like, that was 100% Henry Cejudo had Figueiredo's phone.
All right, here's what Moreno said in response. Hey, Deutsch Daguerre's ovaries hurt and he doesn't want to fight. How about an interim against Kai Kara France while the Gremlin gets his balls back?
Yeah, okay. That's like the gist of what I got. I saw the Spanish version, and that's kind of what I took out of it. But I had no awareness of a Figueiredo injury, and if Figueiredo's making call-outs, he's not acting like he's injured. I don't know. Maybe everybody had a few drinks in them and were just on their Conor McGregor energy. That's kind of what I think you're right. I think Moreno and Figueiredo are booked, but I think both the UFC and the fighters booked that before they knew they had a viable third option. You know
That's
what I mean?
definitely Henry Cejudo. Oh my God,
Doesn't
dude!
it
Just
sound like Henry Cejudo?
bro, just like let me read it out loud one more time for the people at home. Congratulations, you dirty Kiwi at Kai Kara France. You just punched your ticket with the God of War. The Assassin Baby, you just took the back seat. You're 0-2 against Alejandro at Pantoja MMA. If you could beat him, I'll give you the next title shot. Brazil versus New Zealand. Let's make it happen at Dana White. And then he posts a picture of Figueiredo flexing with a superimposed knife and Cara France's head on the knife.
That's Cejudo.
That's Cejudo.
The fourth fight can happen whenever. I actually think it would sell more pay-per-views if there was a couple of fights in between. I'm telling you, bro, we all have fatigue as a UFC fan base, like a community. We have fatigue of watching the same thing over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't watched the last, like, 3 Fast and Furious because I'm over it. I'm tired of just getting.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
You know, that's how I feel here. So, like,
but those two guys, it's not the same story. Any of the three, they're 1-1-1.
The posters, we're gonna have both their mugs on it. Bro, I'm not over it. The fight needs to happen, but you don't
has to happen.
You don't think having Kai Kara France in the middle makes everybody like, okay, it's fresh and again, it's new again. All right, my fatigue is, you know what I'm saying? It's just like it cleanses the palate, as they say in the culinary world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind not seeing it. I'll give you that because I am slightly tired of seeing it.
And you're gonna pay $75 for it because it's a title.
Nah, I don't want to do that.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, let's just spice it up just a little. Quick Kai Kara France hitter, but then you get okay. Then if Kai Kara France beats Figueiredo, does Figueiredo get the rematch? Or then Figueiredo and Moreno can fight on a fight night, not having to pay $75 for it. As a number 1 contenders match to get back to Kara France. I know that's kind of a hard sell, but I'm just saying, I think we have options here. And I think it's cool because as we're talking about, they were about to do the 4th fight in a row. They had no options. So now we do have options. So either way, I think it's a win-win unless Kai Kara France gets stuck on, third base holding the catcher's mitt.
Right, and that's what I'm worried about.